Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Welcome everyone. Today we are going to start the next topic of the mixer separation technique. We have already discussed the distillation, filtration and crystallization in this chapter. Now the next topic that we are going to discuss is the sublimation. Sublimation is a process in which when a solid is heated, it is directly changed into the gas or vapor phase without passing through the intermediate liquid state. Usually, when a solid is heated, it is first melted into the liquid state, and then from liquid it moves to the gaseous form, which is called as the vaporization. But in sublimation, there are some solids that, when they are heated, they are directly changed into the gaseous state. It is an endothermic process because energy is required in converting the solid directly into the gas. And it is very important point that molar heat of sublimation of a substance is actually the sum of molar heat of fusion and the molar heat of vaporization. When you add the molar heat of fusion, which is for melting, and molar heat of vaporization, which is for vaporization, then the sum of these two that becomes equal to the molar heat of sublimation. Sublimation is a physical change only. You cannot say that if, suppose, ammonium chloride is a solid and you heat it and it is converted to ammonia gas and HCl gas. Here, after heating, the solid has converted to the new products, new substances. This is a chemical reaction in which a solid on heating has changed to two gases. This will not be a sublimation because sublimation is only a physical technique in which only physical state changes, but there is no change in the composition of the substance. So in case of NH4Cl, if you want to discuss the sublimation, it will be actually heating the ammonium chloride solid and changing it to the ammonium chloride gas. So composition should not change, only the physical state should change. Similarly, if you say that combustion of candle, candle is made up of paraffin wax, hydrocarbon. If you combust the candle, it is a solid, and after combustion it is changed to carbon dioxide gas and water vapors. This will also be regarded as a chemical change and it will not be sublimation process. So sublimation is a physical change only, in which only physical state of the substance changes, but there must not be any change in its chemical composition. Now if a gas is cooled and it is converted to solid directly without passing through liquid state, this is actually the exact reverse process of the sublimation, which is called as deposition, or sometimes it is also called as desublimation. But when you will study some books, it will be written that conversion of a solid directly into gas and then gas directly into solid is called as sublimation. So some books, they do not differentiate between the sublimation and deposition, but they regard both these changes under the heading of the sublimation. Now let us discuss examples of some sublime solids. Benzoic acid, dry ice. Dry ice is solid CO2. Ice below 0 degrees C. You can see the vapor of the ice in your refrigerator. So ice is also a sublime solid below its melting point. Ammonium chloride, iodine, naphthalene, arsenic at very high temperature, zinc and cadmium, but only in vacuum. So these are examples of the some sublime solid. Now there is a question that why only some solids are sublime. So this is the characteristic feature of these solids. The solids that have very high vapor pressure just below their melting point, they are called as the sublime solids. Because all solids do not possess this property, so all solids are not the sublime solids. Now let us discuss a simple sublimation technique in which a crude substance is being purified. Here you will also know the importance of the sublimation. Sublimation is basically a purification technique as well. This one is sand. Here is the sand bath for the slow heating of the crude substance. Then a watch glass. Then this one is an inverted funnel, and you know this portion of the funnel is called as the conical part and the elongated part is called as the stem. In watch glass you will take the crude substance. The crude substance is also called as sublimant. Wet cotton is placed on the sides of the stem and a cotton plug is placed at the mouth of the stem of the funnel. Now you will heat it. Sand bath is for slow heating. When this crude substance will be heated, suppose that this crude substance is a mixture of iodine and sand. Suppose it. So when you will heat it, because iodine is a sublime solid while sand is a non-sublime solid, so when you will heat it, iodine will change directly from solid to gaseous form, and here the wet cotton is placed to keep this portion cool. And when in the cold portion the vapors of the iodine will reach, they will again be changed from gaseous form to solid form. So here sublimation will take place, but at this part deposition or desublimation takes place. In this way, the iodine moves from solid form to gaseous form and it is collected here, while the sand will remain here because it is non-volatile. So in this way, iodine and sand, they can be separated from each other. And the pure substance which is collected in this part of the funnel, that is called as sublimate. So it is a separation technique, but it doesn't mean that you can apply it anywhere. This is a sublimation technique only when you want to separate the volatile compound from a mixture of volatile and non-volatile compound. This point is very important for examination point of view. Suppose that if you have mixture of sand and NaCl, now sand and NaCl both are non-volatile, both are non-sublime, so you cannot apply sublimation on this mixture for their separation. Some other techniques will be applied. But if you have mixture of any of these solids, suppose that you have mixture of iodine and NaCl. So this one is the volatile part of the mixture and it is the non-volatile part of the mixture. It will be changed to its gaseous form directly while it will remain in the solid state. So this mixture can be separated. And if you have a mixture of benzoic acid and dry ice, then you cannot separate it by sublimation because both will be sublimed. So mixture of any these two, that cannot be separated by sublimation. And mixture of those two solutes that are non-volatile actually, that can also not be separated by sublimation. So sublimation is important for the separation. It is a separation technique. Now, the iodine vapors are very important. You know, when the iodine is heated, it changes from solid form to the vapor form. And iodine vapors are used to locate the fingerprints, invisible fingerprints on a paper. So this is again an importance of the sublimation process. This was all about from sublimation. Next time we will come up with some new technique inshallah. Till then, Allah Hafiz.